To start, isecure lang po natin yung tin can and bubble straw using a glue stick. Let it dry and set aside for a few minutes. This is a chocolate moist cake. 8 inches po yung diameter ng cake. For the filling, I'm using chocolate buttercream and yema. Make sure to add a small amount of ganache dun po sa cake board para hindi mag-slide yung cake. Border icing for each layer before putting your filling para po hindi mag-drip yung pinakapalaman ng cake. Just repeat the same process up to the last layer of the cake. After that, you can cover the cake with a thin amount of ganache to cover all the crumbs. After setting aside the cake for 15 minutes sa fridge, medyo nag-harden na po yung first coat ng icing or ng ganache. So, I'm adding now the second layer of ganache. Para po maging makinis yung cake, this is one trick that most baker do. Isawsaw nyo lang po yung inyong metal spatula sa hot water and scrape it sa cake para po mas maging makinis or maging mas pantay siya. Now for the icing, I'm using Everwhip. For every 1 cup of Everwhip, I'm adding 1/3 cup of powdered sugar. Beat nyo po muna yung Everwhip for 1 to 2 minutes or up until mag-soft peak na siya, then add the powdered sugar. After adding, pwede nyo na po siya ulit i-mix for another 1 to 2 minutes until mag-stiff peak na po. For the food color, I'm using Chef Master Red. Just add it on the icing, so you can add as many food color that you need. I suggest po, gawin nyo po ito a day before para makapag-rest pa yung icing overnight para kinabukasan before mo siya gamitin, red na siya. Para po sa name dun sa cake, nagpa-print po ako nitong name ng customer and then I'll just cut this per letter and then trace this sa fondant. Lightly press each letter dun sa fondant. And then, using a cornstarch, maglagay lang po kayo dun sa side nung printout para po mag-leave ng mark sa fondant. And i-trace nyo po doon and use a small cutter to cut each letter. For the fondant, I'm using DLA Ready-Made Red Fondant. 500 grams po ito. By the way, hindi po ito sponsored. So, yung cake ko po is 8x5 ang size. I'm only using 3/4 or mga 300 grams nitong fondant. Mag-add lang po ng cornstarch and then masahin. Make sure lang po na paunti-unti lang yung add ng cornstarch kasi pag nasobrahan naman po, yun nagko-cost naman po siya ng elephant skin or yung dry fondant. So, mas mahirap siyang i-manage. So, once po na medyo mawala na yung lagkit niya or stickiness, just knead it and pwede na pong ilagay sa cake. Make sure din po na bago idikit yung fondant sa cake, nailabas na po yung cake at least 2 to 3 hours galing sa fridge. So, hindi na siya malamig. Room temp na siya. Pwede nyo pong i-wipe ng paper towel or clean cloth yung cake. Alisin yung mga water or moist niya bago ilagay yung fondant. Carefully add the fondant dun sa cake. For this cake po, iniwan ko lang na open yung top part ng cake since lalagyan ko naman siya ng icing. So carefully scrape the cake using your fondant scraper. You can also use your palm or your finger. So may mga times na merong pong air bubbles. So just carefully remove it using your finger. For the toppings, I'm using a chocolate buttercream. Now add the tin can. Cover the bubble straw with chocolate buttercream for the drip effect. Now for the border design, you can use 2D tip or 1M tip. Now for the last part, add the name using a small amount of water. And that's it, our very simple Coca-Cola theme cake. Don't forget to also like and subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified for our next videos. Thank you so much for watching.